Born and raised in Cebu City, but still, like, I travel a lot, but every time I go home, it's like, it's not enough.
Tell us about your upbringing and how you got into skateboarding.
I started skating when I was like 12, 13. That was like back in 2012. I don't have my board. I was curious about skating because there's a university in Cebu, and there was a parking lot. Every weekend I hang out there, and there's like teenagers like skating and stuff. So like, oh, how does it feel? Like, and then probably just like, kind of like a dramatic moment to have like, there's a guy skating, he bailed, skateboard, come towards me, and like, I picked it up. I was willing to like hand it over, but like, oh, I'm just, instead of like handing him, I'm just gonna cruise towards him. Yeah, not towards him. So it's like, it's like, oh, sick. And then like, oh, do you skate? Like, no, I was in my flip-flops. And then from there, just like keep skating every weekend. Second time, riding a board after a week, because they're just gonna skate every weekend and just cruising. And then I tried to do kickflip on a flip-flop and few tries, and then like I landed. It's like, so I guess, and everyone's like, dude, how you do it? Like, no, I'm just like trying, and I landed. So I guess like I'm good at it, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But it feels good, But fast forward, I'm skating, doing competition against guys, but I don't have my own board. So I just like have to borrow, and I have to wait for them to finish skating and ask them if I could like skate like when it's my turn. Fast forward again, 8 months later or more, this guy, he was my idol. His name is Dimit. He's skating good, and like he get me a setup for Christmas Eve. It's like I was super hyped, and from there, like,
Now we're here.
Yeah, come a long way.
If someone was visiting Cebu for one day, never been, what would you tell them they had to do?
Stay for another week. You don't want to go to Cebu and stay for a day, or like just spend a day. It's a small island but big city. Have so much to do. Born and raised in Cebu City, but still, like, I travel a lot, but every time I go home, it's like, it's not enough, I would suggest spend another week or two.
So, if you were going to play tourist who owns, what would you do? I know that there's, like, a whale watching, right?
Dude, that's hard. For how long?
A day.
A day. Oh, my God, that's... Still, no.
I do, not enough time. You were back for 3 days, and it wasn't on.
Gosh, it's hard. Because we also have Bantayan Island, Santa Fe. It's like, sometimes I take a 2-hour drive, and then a ferry to get there, and just like white sand beach and stuff. North have white sand beach also. South have so much to do. So it's like a 3-hour drive. It can go to Moalboal. We actually done a lot of times, but I would love to do it again and again. It's like a 3-hour drive in the south, swim with sardines and turtles, and then the other side you can swim with a whale shark. But I never done that because I'm afraid. I love a beach, go fishing, but with a whale shark, I don't know. I'm gonna try. And from Alboal, like 20-30 minutes drive, you could visit Kawasan Falls and do canyoneering. It would take 3 hours, jumping, swimming, hike. So I have a lot of photos, but we'll just continue to interview.
We're going to have to hire you as a tour guide next time we go.
I could do that as a sideline. Text me for the rate and stuff. It could be a personal driver, a translator, and a tour guide.
I would need a translator. I don't know. So then what did it mean to you to get from how you started to the Olympics? What was that experience like for you?
I think it was a long journey, but kind of fun, because I believe in myself, but there's a lot of people too that believes in me, that I could do it. There's a lot of people behind me, it's not just me. Family, my girlfriend, Anthony Clarvo, Danny Bautista, Sam, Jeff, they're like the one, like, being a Filipino, born and raised there. It's so hard to get a visa for like most of the country. And there's them like helped me a lot. And they believe in me that I could do it. And from there, it's like, Anthony is like the guy. He got me an ID and passport. So like from there, it's like, get me a visa. It's like, dude, actually, it was funny because my first X Games was, first and last X Games appearance was back in 2018. And this is my second time in X Games. So Ant got me a visa and sent me to Woodward. And like, I'm by myself and I don't know.
You went to Minneapolis. Was that your first time?
Yeah, my first time. So I was like, dude, I don't know. But that time he was with me. So like, okay, I'm going to go skate. Thinking about skating. And like, I didn't know that we were that far already.
So did your maybe relationship with like the Filipino culture change at all when you got to represent the country at the Olympics? Like, was there a stronger sense of pride, or did you feel any sort of shift in getting to wear the flag at these stages like the Olympics?
At first, they look skaters differently. And they're like, oh, there's no future in there. And it's for like, because, skaters have a lot of tattoos. We all look dirty, like skating streets and stuff, sweaty. And they look it differently, but like, there's like two sides of it. Like people, like normal people that doesn't skate and people who skates are like, they know skateboarding. But skate community is big and strong. Even though the broadcast of skating, doing international, if it's like different, like now it's like doing this day, and then Philippines like, because they're 15 hours ahead, so it's like different. They wait, and because it's first time to have like a Filipino skater in the big contest like X Games, SLS, Asian Games, what else? Olympic. So they support me. Like that was like I feel the love, and like some Filipinos fly to wherever I'm at and they just like cheer. Like earlier, there's like, dude, I just like tried out fun and cruise and like hit this van. I didn't touch it for practice. I just like went for it, like do the contest, and people like cheer, like, oh shoot, they're here. I was like, okay. I got hyped, and dude, that's why I'm grateful for those people who watch and cheer, not just for me but other skaters. That's what we do. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the special things about Philippine culture, and people are very proud of like,
and yeah, they enjoy it so much.
Right. They might not know anything about skateboarding, but they're like,
yeah,
Margie's here, we're all in.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, I want to know, and we'll get shots of it later, but tell us about your tattoos. Like, what are the meaning behind
So there's a lot.
tattoos? Yeah, I'd love to know more.
Got more here too, so the Philippine flag, the time, and it says, this one's the board brand. I arrived in Hong Kong. They've been there since day one. It says 8, 5, and 2. It's like big, like the hand, and
Do those numbers have meaning?
yeah, 8, 5, 2. That's the board brand in Hong Kong. Harris, and then I have this is like the old school handwritten in Philippines.
Oh, okay.
It's called Bye Bye, and it's just my name.
Okay.
And then skateboarding with a heart bit.
That's hot.
What else? AC. It's so funny because he's the guy who'd like support me since the beginning and got me the ID. His name is Anthony Clarvo, and since Ant is like, Ant, like literally.
Here.
And Puso from my hometown.
Okay.
My dog's names.
Love that.
I need to put more because I only have 3 names, but I have 7.
Dogs?
Yeah. So we only have 3, but I'll add more. Portrait. My mom and my dad. As you could tell, it could like,
Yeah.
or I got the genes.
Smile.
And it's like all of this, one artist and only one different artist from the rainbow. And
Oh, the Olympics.
yeah. But it's so funny because like it's supposed to be 2020, but then COVID happens. So it's just I have the
germ.
the virus. And then 21 as the vaccine.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So yeah, this that.
That is incredible. Outside of skateboarding, what do you want people to know about you?
Actually, when I go back to Philippines after a long trip, I make sure to have like a week or two, drop the stuff in the city and go to the island called Santa Fe, Bantayan Island. It's like in the north. And I'll just like, be in the island, just beach, fishing, catching crabs and shrimp with my dad, and do campings. So that's me. Sometimes I do a feeding program like in the island or in the city. I don't post much, but it's like, so it's like, oh, I'm bored. I'm kind of tired of like swimming and stuff. I'm gonna go to the grocery and buy a bunch of stuff for the kids. So there's that. And sometimes I cook big tubs to just like feed yeah. So there's that.
Margie being Margie.
And family.
Spend time together.
Yeah, a lot.
If you didn't skateboard, what sport would you compete in professionally if like skill was unlimited?
Dude, that's hard. Because my brother loves basketball. When he was in basketball, I try to play, but I think my height is not qualified for that unless I step on a...
Like a little box.
Not a little box, big box. Because I'm sure. I was like, oh, Jimmy's actually here.
I saw.
And then I have a photo. I have to show you. And everyone's like taking photos. And then...
That is hilarious.
Say what,
This play was...
But like Filipinos love basketball. They do DIYs like empty can, they cut it. They even play basketball barefoot. It's big in Philippines. But yeah, I think that, not swimming though. So yeah, I love going to the beach, but not a swimmer.
Yeah, me neither. I like just sitting on the sand.
So yeah.
Feet in the water.
Yeah.
Could eat one Filipino dish for the rest of your life, Mark. What?
Not for the rest of my life, though.
Favorite.
But one, my mom's humba. It's like adobo, but pork, but a little sweet. It's like the Visayas, like, own dish. My mom's a really good cook. And every time I go home and she cooks that, I eat a lot. And utan, it's like a vegetable soup with dried fish. My sister always requests sinugba or soto kale. It's like sinugba, tula, kilaw. It's like 3 kinds of dish of fish. Sinugba is like grilled. Tinola is like soup. And kinilaw is like fresh, like sashimi, but with vinegar, some onions, ginger and stuff.
Do you, and the saya is the adobo more dry or is it like soupy?
There's some sauce, adobo, but humba's kind of same, but sweet version of it. So yeah.
I like mine soupy, and I know it kind of varies.
It depends. I like sticky and like, I don't want to add water. I want to make it like just
like a
glaze or like let the meat suck all the flavor.
Yeah. So those are your 3 for the rest of your life.
Not the rest of my life. I'm young.